Welcome, my peace, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It would be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peace, my peoples. So let's talk about Love and Hip Hop Miami, season 1, episode 4, fashion and victims. Yeah, there were some victims on this episode today. We got to see some true colors. We got to see some shadiness. We got to see that Steph Liqueur is shady and Veronica is shady too. And Coon Hollywood is shady. Shady. Like, whoa. So anyways, we start off with, where we ended off last episode, where Shay has thrown the ice cream in Gabby's face and it contact, and she got ice cream all over her face. But, Gabby throws the ice cream back, whatever. That cup of ice cream she was trying to feed, Pleasure P. And, they're arguing back and forth, basically. It don't make no sense, and so they both go their separate ways, both of the women's. And then that's when Baby Blue pulled Pete to the side, like, yo man, you got to choose one, you got to pick one of these women, because they're both here, they both know about each other, they're both arguing over you, so you have to make a decision to which one is best for you. Like, yo, you can't be doing this, you can't have it like this, yo. You got to have respect for the woman, you got to choose one, because they know about each other. I'm like, uh-oh, you go Baby Blue. And Baby Blue, I don't know what he had on, but it was bright, and he was shining with his jewelry. I was just like, okay, that shirt's bright. I don't know if it was leopard print, tiger print, I don't know, but he had the print going on. He had some colors going on. He was doing his thing, basically. I was just like, damn. So then we move on to, Shay is really feeling some type of way. She's upset. She's mad. But then we get, Jeffrey. Jeffrey goes visit, Malik or whatever. Jeffrey feels like, he's really feeling Malik, and he likes him and all this other stuff, but, he loves Bobby, or he's in love with Bobby. That's what it seems, but it don't seem like there ain't no love lost. It seems like he don't care. And so he meets up with Malik, and Malik was like, so what kind of guy? So, Jeffrey was like, yo, I got to be honest with you, Malik. I got a boyfriend, whatever. His name is, I don't know if he said his name, but I got a boyfriend, whatever. And so that's when Malik was like, so what is he? Is he, so what kind of gay is he, I guess? And he was like, he's kind of feminine. So Malik takes kind of like insult to that, because he's like, yo, how can you be attracted to him and then be attracted to me or whatever? And then so the Malik goes on naming like different types of, homosexual or gay people or whatever. So I'm just like, okay. So then, Jeffrey feels some type of way that, Malik is still kind of prejudiced, or he has some things against certain gays and their community or whatever. So I'm like, okay. And so then that's when Malik, shows him this bag with the, speakers in it, leather. It looked like it was crafted very well and very well put together. It was stitched immaculately with the, radio inside. But I don't know, that bag looks like if you walk in and you in like high crime neighborhoods, or it just, it looks like that bag will get snatched. So we'll see. So whatever. So then moving on from that, then they started kissing. Then Malik is like, he's in love with, Jeffrey. He wants to be with him, and they end up having sex. It's like, damn, okay, Jeffrey, you gave the booty for a bag that Malik didn't even have to pay for. He gets it free because he has to represent the company. He's part of representing that company. So he didn't even spend no money. But it seems like, Jeffrey kind of is a moocher, and he's kind of using his body to get what he needs. But I guess he got to get it somehow, in some way. And also, did you guys notice that Jeffrey is going bald? Like, how old is Jeffrey? How old are you? Because you going bald at a young age. You look mad young, though. So anyways, I was like, damn. Like, he done kissed him. Like, that's how we do relationships. Like, damn. Like, he got that bag and got the booty. Just like that. Just that quick. I was like, whoa. And so then we get to Amada, and we get, she's meeting up with Steph whatever her last name. What's her last name? Steph Lecter. She meets up with Steph Lecter or whatever, and Veronica, and basically the conversation goes left because, Amada feels some type of way that she feels like Veronica should have told her that Coon Wood was showing up or whatever to the Jojo's party or whatever, Jojo's release clothing line party. Should have gave her the heads up. It's not the type of surprise. And plus, she feels some type of way that she was beefing with him, and he made her cry. He disrespect her, and these are her girls. They're supposed to be friends. And she was like, I wish you would have just gave me the heads up. And like, I don't believe his apology was sincere or nothing like that, which it wasn't, because he don't give a shit. And you know, that's messed up, because you know, Amada was just on a Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne and DJ Envy were trying to downrate her and act like she doesn't know that she, it's all in her head, that she's being cast away because she is Afro Latina, and she wears her hair in an afro, and she represents that she has African descent. You know what I mean? And she's dark skinned. And so it's just like, damn, so what she's going through, not what she's going through is real. But like, even though she's on this show and she's expressing what she has been going through, she goes on a Breakfast Club today and they act like, you know, it's all made up in her mind, just like Young Holly, just like Coonwood is trying to say that it's made up in her head too as well. And then Veronica was like, yo, like, you know what, I was trying to do you a favor. You came to me crying, you messed up my event, you know, I was doing my photo shoot, you came in there and you messed up all the vibes and everything. And so, you know, you was crying on my shoulder and I was wiping your tears, whatever. I was trying to do something to help you, to make you feel better, have to apologize to you, but I see you ungrateful. And she called her an ungrateful bitch. Then Amanda was like, no, you're a bitch, whatever. And then so that's when Veronica was like, did you fuck him? And she was like, no, but I know you did, because that's how you get down or whatever. And so then, you know, Amada stands up. She's yelling, she's screaming, because right now she's being betrayed. And then you got, you know, Steph over there sitting there, knowing that in the back of her mind that she is working. Now she's going to be working with Young Hollywood, even though how they dissed Amada, and how she was crying and how like she was hurt in her struggles. Because if they're really friends, then they know that she goes through some struggles of people, you know, not appreciating her because of her dark skin and her afro, and her proclaiming and letting people know that she has African descent and she's Afro-Latina. So they know her struggle. For them to just, you know, side with this dude, know that it's something deep with her. And, you know, with friends like that, you don't need enemies. I mean, she was like, I was trying to do something grateful. No, they both were trying to get onto Young Hollywood and get him to make some music with them. And plus, you know, that Coonwood, you know, he, you know, just wanted to work with Amada first. He didn't even know about these two other chicks. But once, you know, Amada introduced them in some type of way by telling them what was going on or whatever, they went to go look for him. And now they figure, okay, this is a come up. So they all shady. I mean, like, these two girls, Steph and, you know, Veronica, are shady. They don't have, like, with friends like that, you don't need enemies. Like, they trifling. And Veronica probably did sleep with, you know, Coonwood, and Steph Lecter is probably going to sleep with Coonwood, or probably already has. I guess, you know, they feel like he's a poppin' producer and they want to work with him, and they're like, F friendship, you know, Amada, you don't mean nothing to us. But that's all right, she signed the deal. You guys thought you was gonna use your legs and your looks to try to outdo Amada and disrespect her, go behind her back and talk about her and make fun of her and act like her struggle ain't real. So now you'll be struggling when she could have probably featured y'all on a track, but you won't be featured. So peace. Shady, like, with friends like that, like none of my, I would never do that to any one of my friends. Somebody they had a beef with that they end up crying about. I don't care how attractive, how cute he was, how much money he has, what he can offer me. My friendship and my allegiance is to my friend. That's my loyalty. You know what I mean? Because men in relationships, they come and go, but if you got a real friend, they stay forever, they last forever, and they'll always be there, always got your back. You know what I mean? It's like, that is so downright dirty. And they trying to make Amala look like she's making a big deal out of nothing when she just got dissed on the Breakfast Club, like, you know, like, kind of like disrespected, like her struggle ain't real, like there's no such thing as colorism and things like that. So it's just shady. And for them not to understand that, think it's all good. You know why they think it's all good? Because they look closer to Caucasian, so they don't feel like they have that struggle. You know what I mean? So they don't feel like it concerns them. Because Veronica said, I wouldn't let somebody talk about my hair be the end of the world. It wasn't the end of the world. It was a point that she'd been going through this and people judging her about something that she feels strong about and wanting to wear her natural hair or wear with extensions or wear it in an afro. And people, you know, closing the door on her because of that. You know what I mean? Because what if people didn't want you to wear blonde hair, Veronica? What if people didn't want Steph to wear that ugly mohawk that she has? So anyways, moving on. And you would think Steph would know a lot more. She'll be more sensitive to what's going on and have more allegiance to Amada, because she is Haitian, and DR and Haiti are right next to each other. You think they will have some type of, you think she'll have some type of allegiance, but nah, she don't. So, moving on from that. So then we get to, I'm just like, damn, like, I mean, like, grimy. And then they have a nerve to smile and act like it's all good. Like, why would they want to betray their self to be fake and be shady and think it's all good because it's a come up? You're not gonna come up on it. I'm sorry, you're not, because you're just not, because coon wood is not that hot. So, anyways, we get to Miami tip drill, Miami tip or whatever. She's shooting a video, and guess who she got in her video? She got Kiara shaking the booty, doing it wild and everything. And Kiara and what's her name? Kiara and Miami Tip are cool now. They're doing a video together, and Miami Tip is flirting with, Kiara, and Kiara's like, you know what? Gunplay lied to me. He didn't tell me that he had a sexual relationship with her back in the past, and now he wants to work with her, and he ain't the only one that can get girls. If he can do it, I can do it too. And it doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you bring that stress onto your relationship, especially when you said that you didn't want no drama in your relationship, Kiara? But I feel like you want to hold foot to the fire, be like, hey, you wanted to work with this girl and work with her behind my back, knowing you had a sexual relationship with her and gonna keep it a lie. So you know what, I'm gonna do business with her. And what? It sounds childish and makes no sense. Gunplay shows up to the club, and then Gunplay is, he doesn't know whether to get excited or be angry. He's not angry. He don't know if he wants to jump in, be a part of it, get in the mix, have a threesome. He just don't know. But he's not upset. He was just like, oh, okay. He was like, okay. And that's when, Kiara lets him know, like, hey, I know about your past with her and everything. You tried to lie to me. And so Miami Tip calls Kiara, come on, go over here. But you see, Gunplay didn't get out of character. He didn't get out of whack. He was just like, I don't know to be turned on or not. He was like, Kiara better know she better only be on this tip, the tip of my what. I was just like, it don't make no sense at all, point blank. But Gunplay was just like, I don't know what it be. I don't know. Maybe I'm both. Maybe I'm mad and I'm happy at the same damn time. He don't know. And so then we get to, Jojo and Veronica, basically they meet up, whatever, and they're talking about, what happened at Jojo's party, her parents getting divorced, and then Veronica was just like, it's not cool for I guess Spanish, Latin American people to actually get a divorce. Is not popular. And when her mother and father got a divorce, it was awful. It was like the end of the world. She felt like her parents didn't care about her. And Jojo, she's going through it because her parents is talking about a divorce, and they did it at her opening party, her boutique, and so she's feeling some type of way. So they're talking about it. Then all of a sudden, Jojo was like, I heard there was some other commotions going on. So what was going on, homegirl? And so then that's when Veronica was like, there was some drama with Hollywood and, what's her name, Amara. There was some drama with that going on, and basically I brought him there to apologize to her because she felt like he disrespected her and blah 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 and all this other stuff. And so Jojo's just listening like, okay. She's like, all right. She was like, doesn't sound like something I want to be involved in or whatever. And that's why and Jojo was like, that's why I don't help people. I don't get into people's business. I let them handle their own thing. And so then we move on to, we move on to Trina and Trick Daddy. They're at the club, whatever. And so Trina thinks this is the time that she can tell Trick Daddy that he needs to get it together with his wife or whatever. Joy, whatever, Blase and the Third need to move forward because it's blocking their music, and they want to make new music coming out. Basically, they want to make some more music. And so then that's when Alvin shows up, and he immediately just starts talking about Bobby this, Bobby that, Bobby this. And Trick is just looking at Alvin like, what's going on here? He was like, and then Trick is like, this is what you got to deal with. This is what you got to deal with, like, for real, this is what you be dealing with. And so that's when Alvin was like, he don't want it from me. Wait till I see him, blah, blah, blah. So Alvin is, embarking out ass whooping's going to be given to Bobby or whatever. And so Trick leans over there to Trina and was like, yo, my money's on your cousin. So that's when Trina goes, oh, my cousin, speaking of my cousin Joy wants to talk to you. And Trick was like, I ain't trying to hear him. I'm about to go get a drink. She was like, anytime I tell, Trina something, somehow it gets back to Joy. Everywhere we go, Joy shows up. Joy knows what's going on, whatever. So he immediately leaves the situation. And Trick shouldn't be drinking with lupus. I mean, hopefully it's just apple juice in them cups and not real liquor. So I was like, okay, Mr. Alvin is upset. He's coming for Bobby. Like, damn, you still up? Well, I would be upset if he threw food in my mouth. Well, you shouldn't have said that he's the bottom of the earth. He'll never be anybody. He'll never be better than you. So, you know what? You wrote a check that your ass couldn't cash, and you got all that stuff on your face. You got lunch on your face. So, anyways, we move on to, Trick was like, she's not going to be ambushing me. So then we move on to, Prince. He meets up with Gabby or whatever, and we find out that they're old friends and all that other stuff. They're old friends. They know each other from Jamaica. They know each other, blah, blah, blah. And then basically he tries to put the moves on her, asks her to come out and party with him and hang out with him all night, get drunk, and he says that he got this clothing line named Royalty. I thought Chris Brown's daughter got a clothing line and it's called Royalty. So I don't know if there's some disclaimers that need to be going on. So then from that situation, Prince is asking, Gabby, like, yo, let's get drunk. Let's get drunk here. I got some brand new sheets that we need to mess up. You don't got no brand new sheets. You're at home living with Liz. And, and it's a damn shame that, what's his name? Prince got a day off of work. He's always working. That's why he's too busy to spend time with Liz. He got a day off of work. He could be cleaning the house. He could be making food, take her out to dinner. He could do something with her to show that he appreciates her, do the laundry, do something. But yeah, he's out here chilling with Gabby when he's out to the next day when he's promoting, doing stuff like that. It's like, yo, take some, be a man. Like, if you're gonna act like a man, act like you the prince, well, treat your woman like a prince. Get it straight, get it right. You ain't no prince. You're a bottom feeder with the way that you acting and the way that you treating this woman on TV. Makes no sense. You should be a prince, a real prince. Have pride, have grace. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. He could be over there doing what he's supposed to do, taking care of his queen. Because if he's a prince, you should be his princess, right? And he should be doing that. But yeah, he's out here trying to hobnob and get drunk. He could have took his girlfriend Liz out and got drunk with her and took her out and had a wonderful time out. Or if she was working, he could have showed up to the bar with roses and been there with her all night to keep her company, or cleaned the house, did something. So anyways, I'm just like, whatever with Prince. Prince is just too much. And so then Prince comes back home. He sneaks in the house. Well, not really sneaks in the house. He lays down on the couch. Liz goes in at him. She's arguing with him. They're going back and forth. He was like, I was out with Gabby, a family friend. She was like, what do you mean you was out with Gabby, a family friend? She gets upset. She throws him out. She locks him out. She throws his clothes out. She bleaches his clothes. She throws his shit. It looks like he was trying to grab her through the window. He was going to hit her, or he was going to smack her face on that window. Luckily, she moved away with his skinny self. And you know what? As he was walking away with his trash bag, he had no ass at all. So where's he gonna live at now? He's been mooching and probably living off this woman and all this other stuff. He's supposed to be the prince. Prince don't get kicked out of their palace. Princes, right, Mama D? Princes don't get kicked out of their palace at all. And taking off your shirt and yelling through the window, that's not how a prince acts, baby. You gotta look up the definition of prince. So anyways, he's on his merry goddamn way picking up his clothes. That's not what princes do. So anyways, Liz is upset, so we get Gunplay. He's going to go see Trick Daddy, and basically Trick is doing some music in this studio somewhere, and basically they rehash their issues with women. And so Gunplay is talking about Kiara, and talking about Miami Tip, how Miami Tip is trying to creep in the situation. He got to be careful with her because she's a red bone and they be up to no good. And Trick was like, yeah, I say I'll talk to Gunplay about Joy, because he knows relationship problems and they ain't gonna get back to Joy. And so basically they talk about their relationships and what they need to do. And Trick was like, you need to watch out for that Miami Tip. You better watch out for Tip, because she knows what she's doing. So anyways, that scene's over. And so then we get to Trick is so much. Trick is too much, talking about this music and him in the studio, and he has another cup in his hand. Like, I'm hoping that cup is full of apple juice and not liquor, because he should not be getting drunk like that, knowing that he has lupus. Like, that really, like, is kind of like, okay, it's not a good thing. So anyways, we got Liz, Pooch, and Shay. They meet up to get, you know, their massage, meet up at the spa or whatever. So then we come to find out that, you know, Liz is friends with Pooch, DJ Pooch or whatever, and we know DJ Pooch got a beef with Prince. So it seems like DJ Pooch is keeping her enemies closer, like keeping, you know, Liz closer to her, so she can know what Prince is doing, what Prince is about, and what's going on in his life. So okay, and so then we have these ladies, the two ladies, Shay and Liz, talk about, you know, what they've been through with their relationship, throwing ice cream, bleaching clothes, kicking dudes out houses and shit like that. And you know, then we find out that, you know, what's her name, DJ Pooch is like, you know, I know where Prince is going to be at. He's doing a fashion show, because that's right, Prince asked Gabby to model clothes, his denim clothes, and he wants, you know, Gabby to model clothes for him or whatever, his denim jeans for men and women. And so they're going to go to the event and break the event up. And you know, Liz swore that she's going to throw bleach and his bleach clothes on the stage and mess up the event, but we know that she didn't do all that. She ain't bout it like that. Shay would have did it. So then we move on from that. And so we move on from that, and then, you know, we got Shay calling, you know, Gabby Mint Green. Now I was like, okay, Mint Green. Mint Green is in two relationships. She's in a mix of, you know, Shay relationship, and she's in a mix of, you know, Prince's relationship. But Prince is the one that put her in there, because Prince is the one that wanted to spend the whole night with her and take her out and get drunk and not be with Liz. So that ain't on him. And then you got, you know, Gabby meeting up with, you know, Pleasure P. You know, she showed up to Pleasure P ice cream event uninvited, and she didn't know if he had a girlfriend, if he was dating somebody, or what it was. You know, she showed up ready for anything to happen, basically ready for whatever, because if he had a girlfriend there, what was you gonna do? And he did have a girlfriend there, and she threw ice cream in your face. So when you show up unannounced, uninvited, whatever happens, because, you know, you don't know what's behind the doors. So on that instant, you know, she should have just let P know instead of showing up and surprising him. But when he did meet up with her on the other episode, he did not tell her that he was dating and he had a girlfriend. So it seems to be on Prince, but it seems to be on Pleasure P, but it seems like, you know, Prince wants, you know, Gabby, and Pleasure P, he don't know what he wants, but he wants that old thing back, and it seems like he's going to be going towards, you know, Gabby, but I don't know if Gabby's done, if Gabby's actually going to hook up with Prince. Sounds crazy to me. And so then we get Bobby gets home or whatever to, you know, I guess to his boyfriend's house, which is Jeffrey. Jeffrey's writing, and that's when you notice Jeffrey has a bald spot. It's in the slideshow or whatever. And then Prince, and then, you know, Bobby is shopping. He put in his shopping bags. He was like, I was just out there shopping. I hope you was shopping. I don't know. I just had a feeling that they just gave him them bags and put stuff in it. But Bobby don't look like he's wanting for anything, basically. So anyways, he put up his bags, and he look in the closet, and he sees that red book bag with the radio music on it, and he knows instantly right away that it's Malik. That's what Malik represents, you know, that's part of his, you know, brand. And he knows that, you know, Jeffrey can't afford it because he's a broke ass motherfucker. That's what he said. And he was like, he had to get it from Malik, and he knows that Malik is Jeffrey's first love, and he went in. And so then Jeffrey instantly started lying, said he came to my job, blah, in the third, because Jeffrey said he didn't want to have to tell, you know, Bobby this way that he had sex with another person. You know what I'm saying? He cheated on him, you know. And so Bobby's upset. Bobby's yelling at him like, how can you do this? Why are you talking to him? Like, I'm not stupid. Like, he's just showing up to your job. He's just giving you random gifts. So I don't know, you know, if maybe, I guess Bobby was giving him some gifts or spending some more time with him or whatever, but it has nothing to do with that. It's just that Jeffrey is, you pay Jeffrey will give you what you need, basically. Give him a bag. That's what he needs. He needs some bags. And it seems like, you know, Bobby should have been giving him some more bags and some more attention, but Jeffrey is dead up wrong, straight up wrong. And it is what it is with that situation. So they call it. So right now Bobby walks out. Jeffrey act like he doesn't have a care in the world, because he don't. Because now he's feeling Malik. He's back with him. And Malik got that money. He got a brand. He's representing something. And Malik, showed him that, hey, especially if that, hotel or that room or condo wasn't rented, that I can give you the finer things. You don't have to live in a 1-bedroom apartment where your closet this way and that way, Miami's expensive out there. So I'm like, damn, like Bobby just got his feelings hurt, like, just got played. Bobby was pissed. It was like, but Bobby's sneakers was on point though. It was like, I know this bag. Bobby was like, I paid close attention, anything that has to do with Malik, because I know that's Jeffrey's first love. So anyways, I was just like, damn. And then he shaded him too. He was like, he can't afford this shit. And so then we get to, Steph. She's doing her thing or whatever. She's doing her Haitian concert or whatever. And so she tells us that Amada bailed because Veronica was going to be there. But if Amada only knew that Steph is an enemy too as well. She's a shady girl that looking for a come up. And she don't care about friendships. As long as she get over that bridge, make it to the top. So she's doing her concert. And so Steph, she had almost a Nicki Minaj assembly on. Like, she was copying Nicki's style with the red, because not the last video, but one of the videos this summer, Nicki had on all that red with the fishnet stockings and the gloves. But Nicki's shit looked better. So you got Amada and Jojo, in the audience or whatever. And so then we see, once the concert's over, we see Steph. She goes out there, she goes behind stage, and she's saying what's up to, Coonwood or whatever. And she was like, she's working with him, and she invited him to come or whatever. So it seems like Veronica and Steph are trying to come up off of, Coonwood, and Coonwood knows basically, what, I can work these two chicks. And so that's exactly what he does. And then that's when Veronica's like, what are you doing here? And he was like, oh, she invited me. Did you know that I was going to be working with her? And Veronica was like, I thought you was going to be working with me. Isn't that why I was sitting on you the whole night? And so he was like, no, I thought you knew. And Steph was like, it's not a secret, just didn't have a chance to tell you. And then Jojo sitting there like, whoa. And then Veronica was like, yo, when me and Amada was about to fight, we was about to go in or whatever, you didn't even say that, you're possibly going to be working with Young Hollywood, and you're going to be bringing Coonwood to your concert or whatever. And so then that's when, Jojo was like, oh, okay, it seems like these ladies are scammers, the skeezy, and they're trying to come up, and they're shiesty towards each other, trying to do shady shit behind their back. She was like, I'm not feeling this. And then Young Hollywood was like, and so that's when, and so then Young Hollywood Coonwood was like, yo, so what are you talking about, Veronica? What happened? He was like, yo, I almost get in a fight with, Amada. And so then that's when, Coonwood was like, oh, because she takes everything so serious and blah, blah, blah. And all this other stuff. And then that's when Steph was like, yo, she just taking it too personal, and like she got to get over it basically. And that's when Jojo was like, oh, I can't be a part of this conversation. It seems like I'm not gonna sit around and watch you guys dog out Amada. I don't want no parts of this. And she gets up and she leaves. She's the only one with integrity. Steph and Veronica ain't got no allegiance with Amada. So I was like, damn, these girls are shady. And Veronica's feeling some type of way, because now she's staying in Hollywood chilling with Steph. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that situation. Is he gonna have them both? Is he promising them both something? Because it seems like she was clueless that they even had a friendship going on, and they're supposed to be girls. They're supposed to be friends. And she was listening to them, Amada and Veronica talk about, oh no, you had sex with Hollywood. Oh no, you had sex with Hollywood. Seems like they forgot about, Steph. Steph was out here doing a thing too. She was like, he's going to work on some music with me because he's so talented. Yeah, he's talented, all right? He's going to talent you right out of your drawers. He's the new rich Peter Guns of this show. So I was just like, damn, that's some shady shit. And so then, boom, we move on from that. We get Shay, we get DJ Pooch, and we get Liz. They show up to Prince's event. You got Chinese Nikki, you got Chinese Kitty. They're both mother. Chinese Nikki is the mother. Kitty Chinese Kitty is the daughter, and then you have, what's her name, Gabby there, and then Shay goes backstage with Liz ain't about that life. To go backstage, and you know, what's her name, Gabby and Shay goes, and she was like, yo, Mint Green, don't you know that that's my man, whatever, and I know you know me by now, that Mint Green, blah blah blah. And she was like, that's my man. And that's when, you know, Gabby was like, yo, listen, if I was still with him, I would have had that ring. She was like, well, you ain't got that ring now, and you ain't with him now. And so then that's when, you know, Chinese Kitty jumps in and was like, yo, you got a problem over here, Gabby? What's good? And then, you know, Prince is sitting there like, yo, how does Shay know, you know, Gabby? And how does Liz know Shay? And all this other stuff. He's baffled. Whatever. Like, it wasn't set up. Like, they had that food and shit right there so they can throw it at each other. And so then that's when, you know, Chinese Kitty threw water at Shay. Got Shay. Shay turns around. She throw water, and she get Chinese Kitty. And she gets, you know, Gabby too as well. And they throwing food back and forth. Then Liz threw some food. She hit. I think she hit Gabby or whatever. So then, you know, Shay's trying to jump over there to fight, you know, Gabby. And the security grabs her out. And then that's when Chinese Nikki comes from behind and started pulling down Shay's wig and trying to hit her on top of her forehead. And Shay is down. She had to get up. You know, security lifted her up and they shaped her. She put her wig back together and she was like, I'm gonna get you. Grandma can get it too. And Shay said, both of them, we call them York Nork. She called them cat food, basically. The way she described Grandma Kitty, and I mean Grandma Chinese and Chinese Kitty, whatever, she called them North York or something like that, like some type of cat food, I think brand. And so then, you know, Chinese Nikki was like, yo, you messing with my daughter. Chinese Nikki looked like she was ready to go. She was already in. If security wasn't there, Shay wouldn't have got off that ground, because that was a sneak attack. So Shay knows that this girl got a mom. She should have known that she was somewhere around. And, you know, Liz is over there in the corner, like, you know what I mean? Nobody's holding Liz back. Liz ain't doing nothing. So, you know, Shay was there by herself. Peace. I'm out. One love. It is a tragedy for them to be fighting for no reason.